welcome back everyone to the Hello World Sky. This is another episode of the Raycasting series, and in this video we are going to go ahead and implement a functionality that allows us to store the things that are present in our level inside of our map format, so that we don't have to specify them in code. So I'm going to begin by opening up the thing.h file, and the way we are going to organize this is that the way we have got all of the other things organized is that we specify a texture number for the wall and stuff like that, but things are going to be a little bit different. So the way the thing will work is that you can see that we have got this new structure here called thing definition. Now the thing is that when we are specifying the things in map, we will only specify them by an index or a name that will represent like a thing definition, and the thing definition will actually have the properties related to the thing. For example, we will have the name of the thing, the size of it, the texture that's applied, and later on we will have any behaviors attached to the thing or other properties that we may have. The stuff that is going to stay the same, for example, for an enemy. So when we are specifying an enemy in the map, we don't want to have to specify its texture, its size and everything separately. We just want to say that this is like an enemy, and when we are loading the game, all enemies are going to have the same texture and the same size, so kind of that. So this is going to be made possible with the use of this thing definition structure. And as you can see, we have got an external vector of this which is defined in thing.cpp. So if I go here and go to the end, you can see we have got a vector of thing definitions here. It consists of player, which has texture -1, size of 0.4, barrel, pillar and light. Currently these are the only one present. So now the next thing is that inside of map.h we will have to actually have another struct here called map thing. Now this will represent a thing in the map, and it will have an index which will represent the index of the thing definition. So this will represent actually what thing this is. And then of course we will have position and angle for this thing, which will be different of course for everything. So we will have this here in as a vector 2f position and a float angle. Alright, so that is all pretty cool. So you can see that we have got a vector of map thing here called things inside of the map, and we have also got a function for accessing this, and this vector we will write that to our map file, and when we read that vector. So I'm going to go ahead and open up map.cpp here, and what you can see is that if I go to the map read function, the load function actually. So you can see we've got the load function here, and in here you can see we are reading the size and then we are reading the grid. After that we read another size underscore t called number of things, and here we just read that number of things here, and then we resize our vector accordingly, and then we read each element of the vector like that. And when we are saving this, what we do is that we you can see we go ahead and write this vector. So actually if I go to saving, so we go ahead and write the number of things here, and we also write the vector, the whole of each element of the vector. And you can see that here we are not actually using the things of the map, but instead we are using a local variable here. Now this is just here for testing purposes, because currently we have not got the actual editing code for our editor, so we are gonna just go ahead and hard code some things inside of our map so that we can test that the loading and the saving and everything of that is working correctly, and then we can go and make an editor. So we just write those things into the file when we are saving. So if I go ahead and open up game.h, you can see that now we have changed the player to be a unique pointer. The reason is that the player can be null, because now we are reading it from the file. If the player is not present, we can't just initialize it in the constructor of game like we used to do. So if I go ahead and open up game.cpp, what you can see is that now we go ahead and loop over all of the things in the map. We do not initialize the things hard-coded, like we were doing earlier. Instead, all of the things that are in the map, we loop over them, and then for each thing we get the definition of the thing by using t.index to get the definition, and then we make a shared pointer of thing, which is we just call the thing constructor with make shared, and we pass it our position of the thing that the map that is stored in the map, and the angle that is stored in the map, and for the size and the texture we use the definition, because those things stay same for each class of things. So we use the definition for that. Then we push this thing shared pointer back into our things vector, and if the index of this is 0, because in thing.cpp we have made it so that the player index is always set to 0, so the player is the first in the definition. So if the index is 0, this means this is the player, and we set our player to std make unique, and we use the thing.get to get the pointer to the player. And if our player is not set, so it happens that we have not loaded the map yet, or the map does not contain a player, then we don't of course don't want our game to crash. So what we do is we just get the first definition, then we create a thing, and we just create a player, spawn a player at 0 0 with an angle of 0, and then we just push that back into our things vector and make unique the player and everything. So this makes sure that if our player is not present in the map, we don't actually give an error. And this just loads all of the things in the map. So if I go ahead and actually run this, what you can see is that you can see that all of the things are loaded just like we expected them to, and of course we can't really edit this anymore right now, because we have to create the editor functionality yet. But if I go under map.cpp, for example, when we are saving this, you can see I can for example go ahead and change this from 6.9 to 7.9. And if I go ahead and run make, what you can see is that it is still located at that position, because this is in actually the saving code. So if I go ahead and save the map and then I close this and run it again, then you can see that now it is moved a little bit, which means that this loading functionality is working correctly, and all that's left to do is actually make the editor functionality for this. And that is what we will be doing in the next video, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe as well, and share this video with other people. And I'll see you in the next one, in which we're gonna go ahead and make all of the editor code for actually getting this correctly. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to like and subscribe, and bye.